So good evening everyone. Today we'll discuss about the benzene gas. Okay. Earlier videos we discussed about so many gases. So today we'll discuss about benzene. Okay. We'll also discuss about the first aid and safety precautionary measures. We'll also discuss about the exposure, short-term exposure limit, long-term exposure limit, and also we'll discuss about IDLH, immediately dangerous to life and health, and also we'll discuss about the LEL, lower explosive limit, upper explosive limit. Okay, so these are the things right now we'll cover in this video about the benzene. Okay, so benzene, it was basically, benzene is a colorless or light yellow flammable liquid which is the order, like the order of sweet. Okay, that kind of gas. Okay, benzene, if suppose you are working in the chemical companies or in a gas plants, so it is one of the major factor where you have to go with the safety precautionary measures. You have to always go with BSX. Okay, use BSX breathing apparatus. Okay, and then you have to go inside, go with detectors, put the detectors, check the level of the oxygen and the level of the gas. Okay, that you need to check, and then you have to went inside for the work purpose. Okay, these are the things. So benzene is a colorless or light yellow flammable liquid with a sweet odor. Threshold limit value of the benzene is 1 ppm. Suppose you have to work for 8 hours. So the threshold limit value or a time weighted average of the benzene, if you have to work for 8 hours, so you have to go with 1 ppm. So you have to put the detectors, check the level of the benzene. If 1 ppm, so you can work with the proper precautionary measures with proper PPE, BSH. You can work for 8 hours. Okay. Short-term exposure limit of benzene is 5 ppm. So if the level of the benzene is 5 ppm, so you can work for 15 minutes. 15 minutes you have to go for 3 exposures in a day. In a day, if you have to work for a 12-hour shift or 9-hour shift, you have to go with 15 minutes. Go inside, work for 15 minutes, come back, take rest for 1 or 2 hours. Take rest at least for 1 or 2 hours, and then again you have to go work for 15 minutes, come back, again you have to take rest for 1 hour, and then you have to go for the last. So in a day you have to go with 3 exposures for 15 minutes. If you go with a long-term exposure, then you may lose your life as well. So it is very important. Go with detectors, check the level, okay, and then go with BSX, work over there, and then come back. So short-term exposure limit is 15 minutes, only for 3 exposures, and you have to take a break for 1 hour. Take rest for 1 hour and then go back again for the work purpose. IDLH, immediately dangerous to life and health. Okay, if you entered inside the compartment and the benzene, the gas level of the benzene is like 500 ppm, immediately you may unconscious over there, or you may lose your life as well, maybe death. Okay, that kind of things. Lower explosive limit of benzene is 1.2%. So lower explosive limit says if the proper concentration of benzene is 1.2% with minimum concentration of air. So the proper concentration of air which mix up with the benzene, it may explode. Or upper explosive limit of benzene says 7.8% by volume in air. With the proper concentration, again it may blast or it may explode in air only. So that comes under 1.2% to 7.8%. In between this range called lower explosive limit or upper explosive limit of benzene. The time weighted average, which we already discussed, 1 ppm you have to work. You can work easily over there for 8 hours with proper PPE or safety precautionary equipments, BSX. 5 ppm for short-term exposure limit for 15 minutes with a gap of 1 or 2 hours. You have to come back, again take rest for 1 hour, and then go back again for the work purpose. In a day you have to go only for 3 exposures, okay, with 1 hour or 2 hour gap. Then 500 ppm, which is IDLH, immediately dangerous to life and health. Don't go over there for work, it is highly dangerous, you may lose your life. Now we discuss about exposures. What are the effects on your body? If you go for short-term exposure limit, so what are the effects, how you feel, okay, that we'll discuss about. So if you go for 15 minutes or 20 minutes, the exposure level, it started like headache. You will feel headache if the percentage level of benzene is like 5 ppm, 10 ppm or 20 ppm over there. You work for more than 15 minutes or 20 minutes, there is the effects on your body. It started headache, okay, head pain started, dizziness, confusion, nausea, running nose, okay, vomiting, you started vomiting, stomach pain, okay, and also like weakness or irritability. So these kind of effects on your body for the short-term exposure limit. Okay, long-term exposure limit, it's like a dangerous level. The effects of the long-term exposure limit of benzene is totally like in a high level. So the effects on your body is like anemia, bone marrow damage, blood cell clots started clotting, okay, leukemia, it's like cancer of blood, lymphoma, it's like cancer of immune system, nerve damage, infertility, you started coughing, suffocation, yes, you will feel suffocation, you will do not get the oxygen supply over there, itching, eye irritation, and hearing loss as well. Okay, these are the things. And for severe exposure after a long term exposure, if you go for severe, if you cross the limit, so you may unconscious. Possibility of you may go in coma. The organs, respiratory organs failure as well. Cardiac arrest, you will get the heart attack. DNA damage, blood cells, everything damaged, and organ also damaged. Organ like kidney, liver, spleen, all the things were damaged if you go for severe exposure. So these are the things which is very important if you have to work in benzene. Okay, in a gas production plants, be very careful. Always go with proper PPE, go with BS sets, okay, go with detectors, put the detectors, check the level of the benzene, and then you have to start your working with proper safety precautionary measures. It is very important once you go inside for the work purpose, go with TBT, toolbox stock is very important with your team. Take permit from the safety officer. Everything is written. What are the parameters? What you need to check? Pre-inspection checklist over there. Go with the pre-inspection checklist. Safety officers over there, HSC people, they will go, they will check each and everything, and then you have to go with proper PPE, go with SCBA set, perform your work and come back again. These are the things which is very important. For first aid, if something goes wrong for first aid, you have to move a victim to the fresh air. Immediately you have to carry out the victim to the safer area for the fresh air. Okay, call for medical services immediately. You can call ambulance, doctor, you can call the doctor as well. If medic is available in your company, you can call the medic. Okay, remove contaminated whatever the clothing on top of the body of the victim, you can remove it out. Go with the normal clothing, okay, with new clothing. Wash skin with soap and water at least for 15 minutes. You can wash the body of the victim for 15 minutes with the fresh water, and then provide the oxygen immediately to the victim. Okay, so if you drag out the casualty, or victim over there, so you have to go with these first aid things. Okay, and then for safety precautions, it is very important. Always go with proper PPE. Personal protective equipment, it is very important. That you need to go and wear proper helmet, gloves, goggle, SCBA sets. You have to check the pressure gauge, okay, and then you need to wear it in proper way, and then you have to breathe. Avoid heat. Proper ventilation is also very important. You have to check for the ventilation as well. Avoid heat, sparks of flammable or ignition source. And clearly you have to identify the benzene with the help of detectors. Put the detectors and check the level of the benzene. And fire extinguishers, DCP extinguishers should be available over there. If something goes wrong, fire and all, you can immediately with the help of extinguisher, you can extinguish it. So these are the things which is very important if you are working in the gas areas, gas production plants, or like oil and gas sectors, refineries. So be very careful. Okay, and use this kind of techniques to save yourself. It is very important while working. You have to take care of your own safety and the safety of workers. So always follow standard operating procedures. Always go with safety equipments, okay, and with proper PPE as well. So that's it.